What's up, y'all? It's Tight Shirt Terry Warfield, and I'm out here with the new Action 4, also with the Action 3 right next to it. And I specifically and strategically waited until this time at night. It's 9 o'clock at night because the Action 4 has a new, bigger sensor in it. So DJI says the low light or lower light performance is improved. So this part is just the two Action cameras side by side with the same exact settings. Both of them are on 4K 30. I have wind noise reduction turned on both because it is quite windy out here. And I have them both on the stick that both cameras come with if you get the adventure combo. We'll talk about that part in a little bit, but both of them, like I said, are 4K 30 standard profiles. I know the Action 4 has some new stuff in it when it comes to image quality and all that stuff, but I left everything freaking standard so that you can get an idea in a vlog style scenario what the wind noise reduction on both sounds like, because like I said, it's windy out here. We got a whole lot to talk about in this video, and yes, the video is sponsored by DJI. I don't know what's wrong with that. Every time I mention something sponsored, y'all have whole heart attacks. Listen, if I'm going to work with companies, I want them to be companies that I like working with, okay? And I love working with DJI. And on top of that, they never say, hey, Terry, you better not say anything bad in your review about our products. No, they don't, like, we don't play that type of game. I'm going to still give y'all my opinions and all that stuff. But yes, DJI did pay me to make this video, and I'm glad to make it because I'm genuinely interested in action cameras and the differences. So let's get into it. All right, so there are some changes between the Action 3 and the Action 4 when it comes to price. So first of all, the Action 3 is still $329, but the Action 4 is now $399. And if you opt for one of the adventure combos, which DJI actually sells a ton of different combos for both action cameras, then the price difference on those is also a $70 difference. So the Action 3's adventure combo is $439, the Action 4's adventure combo is $499. Now, as far as the adventure combo, I'm gonna highly recommend that you get one of the adventure combos for a few reasons. Number one, you get this selfie stick, and this is an expandable. This thing is like 40 freaking feet long. It comes in the box. You get these quick release magnetic mounts. You don't get this part. This is a little adapter I got from Amazon to mount two action cameras at the same time. You get a protective frame, a whole lot of cables and mounts and screws and all that stuff. And then most importantly, you get two spare batteries, and it also comes in this charging case. Now, these batteries are fire, and the battery case is the same as the Action 3, so this also serves as a charging hub. If you need to charge your other devices, you can just plug it up to this if you don't want to take the battery out, and take the battery from 0 to 80% in just under 18 minutes. So they charge really fast. The case also charges really fast. And now we can go ahead and go back outside. The Action 4 does have a slightly darker tone to it, and the numbers on the front, the Action 4 is a darker red, and on the Action 3 it's like an orange color. Also, you can see the lenses are different. The Action 3's lens is for some reason a bit bigger. The Action 4's lens is smaller, but you can see in there that it's a f2.8 1/1/3 inch sensor with a field of view of 155 degrees, where the Action 3 doesn't have any writing on there, but this is a 1/1.7 inch sensor, also with a 155 degree field of view at f2.8. So the sensor is very, very different. So right here you can see the color difference. So the Osmo Action 4 is much darker. The Osmo Action 3 is lighter. Osmo Action 4 has a red quick record button. 3 has an orange quick record button. And there's two openings or vents on the microphone on the Osmo Action 3. On the Osmo Action 4, they changed it to like a grill pattern. So there's 8 small holes. On this side, they are identical. On the other side, they are also identical. And on the bottom, they're almost identical. However, the Action 3 has like this pattern on it with a DJI logo on there. The Action 4 has nothing on there. Now, nothing has changed when it comes to the magnetic quick release system. And just like the Action 3, the Action 4 locks on magnetically, which is so fire. It's magnetic. You can stick it to stuff. You can mount it to any other DJI accessory or any other action camera accessory out there. You press these two buttons and boom. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is about as extreme as Terry gets. I know y'all love to see action footage of people skydiving and snowboarding and all that stuff, and I'm just at the creek walking on rocks. I actually love coming here, super peaceful, so I come here when I just need to decompress. Listen, I want to talk about some of the changes that they made from the Action 3 to the Action 4. And don't get me wrong, the Action 3 was a fire camera, one of my favorite action cameras ever made, but it wasn't perfect. I let DJI know my thoughts on it. They could have definitely changed some things. And I'll give you strangely, I got three things, Action 3, three things. I promise you that is not freaking playing. The first thing that I disliked about the Action 3 was that it had decenter-like. I wanted a proper log profile, and I didn't understand why they would give us decenter-like, but not D-log. The second thing that I really disliked was piggybacking on that, and that's the fact that I could only access 10-bit by going to decenter-like. Why can't I just get 10-bit with all the color profiles like I can on maybe like a GoPro? And the third thing is that there was no way to control sharpness, noise reduction, or anything like that. And y'all know how action cameras are. If you don't control your shutter speed like I'm doing right now, I'll tell you about the setup in 1 second. You get some really digital looking footage. And I would love for a way to be able to turn down sharpness in those situations and noise reduction. And real quick while I'm standing right here, I guess I should kind of let you know that I got the Action 4 rigged up. I got it on the DJI selfie stick that comes in the Adventure combo. I have an ND filter on it from the Action 4 ND kit, and I have a DJI mic loaded up on it, and I have it in standard D-warp, and this is actually in D-log M. So now that we got that out the way, all of those things are fixed on the Action 4. So now it's D-log instead of decenter-like. It's still 10-bit. And now you can get 10-bit in all of the video formats as long as you are using HEVC, which is basically every video format is available in that, so there will be no reason why you wouldn't use it. And the third thing is now there's an option to customize your noise profile and your sharpening, which is fire. Now real quick, I want to put a quick comparison of decenter-like versus D-log M up on the screen for you side by side so that y'all can see the difference. D-log M will give you more latitude for color grading, so you get better shadow recovery, better highlight recovery, and better colors overall using D-log M. The last thing I want to throw in here real quick is that HDR is no more, right? On the Action 3, you kind of had to use HDR mode in bright, sunny situations and high contrast situations because the sensor just wasn't up to snuff, and you had to use HDR to be able to pull as much dynamic range out the sky. Well, this new 1/1/3 inch freaking sensor in the Action 4, because it's an overall better image chain, it doesn't need HDR anymore. So I'm gonna put a quick comparison also on the screen in normal color profiles, not the decenter-like and D-log M, but the Action 3 in HDR versus the Action 4 without using HDR because it's not available. Overall, when it comes to image quality, man, DJI did their thing with the Action 4. They fixed a whole lot of my image quality problems that I had with the Action 3. And overall, if you ask me, it's a pretty significant update over the Action 3. All right, I'm out taking an evening stroll on my bike, and this is about as exciting as my life gets. I have both of these cameras in 4K 30 and ultra wide, and I purposely did not plug up a microphone because DJI says that the wind noise reduction in the Action 4 is enhanced and a lot better. So we'll put that to the test because, you know, I'm going 15 miles an hour. So anyways, I didn't mean to turn this into an Action 3 versus Action 4 video, but I think it's important for people who are maybe looking for an action camera, or maybe they got the 3 and they're looking on should they upgrade to the 4 or not. I think it's something that you need to see in all of these scenarios. Now again, I know I'm not jumping off cliffs and skydiving and all that stuff, but that's all right. Anyways, there's a few things I want to talk about when it comes to reliability, just in case you don't have an Action 3 or you never experienced the Action 3. The Action 3 was one of, in my opinion, the most reliable action cameras ever made. Out of the ones I tested, I should say. I had no problems with it, no overheating problems, no battery problems, no power problems, or anything like that. Whether it was cold outside, whether it was hot outside, it just freaking worked all the time. And I've had GoPros, and I don't mean to, you know, start bashing GoPro in this video, but they are a major competitor. And I had loads of problems with GoPros. So the reason I'm saying that is because the Action 4, of course, builds on the Action 3's reliability, which is a good thing. So in my testing of the Action 4 for the few weeks I've had it, also no reliability problems, no battery problems. It works every single time. It's good that, whoa, is that a buzzard or a turkey? That's crazy. All right, we are mid bike ride, and I wanted to stop real quick to let you see actually what the image quality looks like in decent lighting out of both, okay? Now, a few things. The Action 3 does have an enhanced mode that I do have turned on. I have both of them in 4K 30. And the Action 4 now has this new feature where it can automatically detect when the light gets low and kick on night mode, or whatever mode that is freaking called. I think it's called night mode. But anyways, how do they look side by side? Bigger sensor in the Action 4, smaller sensor in the Action 3. You choose. Now let's finish up this bike ride. DJI did increase how deep you can go with the Action 3 up to 18 meters, even though I don't like getting in water. I would much rather stay on land. And also, usability wise, of course, you can still use the front screen. All the aspect ratios and the resolutions and everything are all the freaking same. Also, with both cameras, of course, you can use the DJI Mimo app to do your recording, your monitoring. You could do live streaming. The Action 3 and Action 4 are both compatible with DJI's new Light Cut app. That's an AI-based editor, which is pretty dope. I think all in all, for a price increase of 70 bucks, the bigger sensor is, in my opinion, a whole lot better than the sensor on the Action 3. I love the fact that there's 10-bit in all modes. There's D-Log now instead of decenter-like. You got noise reduction control. You got sharpening control. And the same great foundation of the Action 3, all wrapped up in a new package for 70 bucks more. Now, some of you might argue, oh, I don't want to spend more money, but you know, that's the way it goes with technology. So, should you buy it? I would say absolutely. And I would argue that right now, it is one of the best action cameras out there with this new sensor and all of the upgrades on it. Upgrades. If you have an Action 3, should you run out and buy one right away? I would say probably not. The Action 3 is still more than good enough, but if you have the money, it's definitely worth the upgrade. And if you're looking for your first action camera, then I definitely think that the Action 4, amongst all of the other competitors out there, is probably, at the time of making this video, the best choice. Whoa, there's a deer. Let's get out of his way, or her way, because that's definitely Bambi. But yeah, I think the Action 4 is a great, amazing choice. So, I hope this video was helpful to y'all. It's a lot of deers and wildlife, as y'all see out here. And this is a nice, relaxing bike ride that I'm glad we got to spend this time together on. Until next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. Piece of chicken grease, I'm out. Much love, y'all. Peace.